I consider myself fortunate to not have grown up in the era of social media. I was, my kind of age group, we had Myspace, and I remember you'd be able to do these custom wallpapers or whatever, like your homepage or your profile page. You'd be able to customly code your own backgrounds and embed music. I remember that was like a big thing, what your profile song was. And when it come to training, I remember from the age of 15 onwards is when I really started training at the gym. I'd be getting the Muscle and Fitness magazines, I'd be getting Flex magazine, and living on the bodybuilding.com forums. For the uninitiated, man, you missed out. That was peak exercise, fitness, lifestyle content back then. Obviously there's way more content now and different influencers doing different things, but I gotta say I've seen a huge shift in the gym space from when I was 15 to today, in the sense that all these young dudes that are training, a lot of them, they're pretty rowdy in the gym, man. They're pretty rowdy. I'm stoked that they're there, but fuck, they're rowdy. We had signs up all through the gym at the moment which say, stop taking off your shirt, because all these teenage kids come in after school and they're training without their shirts on, and in a totally normal commercial gym for anyone, and they're taking off their shirts. They're sitting around the little tiny table in the foyer eating KFC and McDonald's before they train. One dude always brings his portable Bluetooth speaker and just blasts terrible music over the top of already terrible commercial gym music. Yeah, different world, man, compared to when I started the gym. Granted, there wasn't many of us doing it. There was probably 3 or 4 dudes that trained, that were my age, and we just wanted to learn. We wanted to get better and get more gains. Sure, it was social, but primarily we were there for function. We were there to put in work, to get some gains. Yeah, those were the days, man. Getting the new edition of Muscle and Fitness magazine, and the next period of training was provided in that magazine. So, you'd have the month before, you'd have your 4 weeks of training, and then the new magazine would drop and you'd get the next 4 weeks of the X-Frame fitness program. Yeah, fuck, that was awesome. Anyway, different times. This week's deload week, like I said yesterday, so for the uninitiated, really, all that is we're taking a lighter week, having less volume, less reps, less sets, less weight. The whole thing I'm in and out in about 40 minutes, including a warm-up, so it's brief, but we're just giving our body a chance to recover completely before proceeding onto some bigger, juicier weights next week. We got a long way to go, though. There is no finish line for me right now. I don't have a specific goal or anything like that, other than to lose about 14 kilos. I mean, obviously that's a pretty bold goal. That's not nothing. I've done it before, and I'll do it again. I'm going to document the whole thing here, which would be cool. Look forward to watching that back. I was asked yesterday by a buddy of mine what my biggest weakness is. And I got to say, as a dad, mine is the snacking on their leftovers. If the kids have pasta and they don't eat it all, I'll smash the rest of the pasta. Tiny teddies, like little bags of biscuits. When I'm tired, I'll just go and smash like 3 packets of those. But perhaps my biggest weakness is, well, no, not perhaps, for sure, my biggest weakness is my sweet tooth. And I just, like, an insatiable appetite for sugar, especially chocolate. I will say I'm pretty grateful that Cadbury, I don't know what they've done, but they've fucked up their recipe somehow, which is probably the best thing for me, really. Doesn't taste as good. But mind you, even if I don't love it, I'll still force feed it to myself. Bizarre, I know. So just trying to navigate that. And what I've done is I'll drop the link in the description here. What I've done is I've bought this guy's meal prep books called Stealth Health Cookbook or something like that. In particularly his slow cooker book. Far out, man! What a thing that is. I've only fallen in love with slow cookers in the last few months, but 5 days ago I went and bought a big stand-up freezer to chuck in the shed, and 5 days ago I just started doing like bulk cook-ups of his meals. So I've got like chipotle chicken rice bowls, teriyaki chicken rice bowls, spicy beef pasta. I made a bunch of these chicken enchiladas, amazing macros. Like, I am not a cook. I am not a cook by any stretch of the imagination. I actually failed home economics back in year 9. We had to make a fruit salad. I fucked up a fruit salad, and I can make these. So obviously not a sponsored link at all, but I highly recommend, if you don't know where to start but you want to start meal prepping, go take a look at his slow cooker meals. They're awesome. I currently have 54 frozen meals in my freezer from 5 days ago. I was making 2 batches a day basically, and then yesterday I whipped up a whole bunch of these burrito enchilada things while I was doing some study. So that's what I'm going to be using to kind of get me there. But with regard to the sweet tooth, I found the ultimate fucking dessert last night. I couldn't believe it. Got this little lemon tree out the backyard, and I love lemons. And I saw this recipe, and like, it is so simple. I can just say it here. 200 grams of light cottage cheese, the rind of a lemon, the juice of a lemon, a splash of vanilla, and I used like a teaspoon of monk fruit sweetener. Chuck that in my, what's it called, the Ninja blender thing, NutriBullet. Whipped it up, put it in a ramekin, crushed up some like biscuits on top of it. Oh, fuck me. It's like 30 grams of protein. Absolutely delicious. Because like once nighttime hits and you get the kids down, oh man, it's just like my hunger hormone, ghrelin, aka the gremlin, they come out to play. They come out to play, and they need to eat, and they will, like, goodbye willpower. I don't know what is going on there. I know it's a muscle that I haven't been flexing, and I will be, but man, like, I gotta satiate that gremlin, right? And I had this last night. I felt bloody great. Absolutely great. I'll put that recipe below so you can make it. Fucking brilliant though, really. Anyway, got a meeting that goes for 3.5 hours coming up, so I'm gonna go home, eat now that I've trained, get that out the way. Thanks for coming along today.